If you've ever wondered what kind of man is marriage material and what kind is not, stick around because I'm going to talk about 4 different things that will have you undoubtedly knowing he ain't it. Hi, and welcome to my channel. I am Portia, the communicator, your trusted mental health life coach, and I help women get into the lifelong partnerships that they desire. I want to give a special shout out to all the new subscribers. Thank you for being here, and I appreciate you watching this. If there is anything that I say that resonates with you, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done so already if you're new here, and share the content if you feel it can be beneficial for someone else, and also join the conversation in the comments. I always love hearing from y'all. So to quickly dive in this video, we're going to discuss 4 things that will tell you if a man is or rather isn't marriage material. And to start it out, I'm thinking about the comedian Kev on stage. He's actually in the thumbnail, and he always jokes, whether you're familiar with him or not, I'm going to tell you. He always jokes about his sex appeal and, things of that nature in the bedroom being kind of mid. But he always adds to that all of the other wonderful things he is and does, such as an amazing father, loving, faithful husband, astute businessman. You have the full package. He's the kind of man you want, okay? And it's funny, but at the same time, it's very true, because I know, myself included at one point, a lot of us ladies tend to go for the man who is oozing with sex appeal, and we think, oh, he's it. He's the one. He could work for me. And I'm here to say, maybe not. And here is why. So let's start with thing number 1, or way number 1, that you can tell if a man isn't marriage material. He might have the sex appeal, there may be the chemistry and the sparks are flying, but you got to pay attention to these things. So when we think about the Futures and the Shannon Sharps of the world, they may have the money, they may have the fame, they may even have the body yaddy yaddy. But understand what comes with that is often a lack of sexual discipline. That's thing number 1. If a man has a problem keeping it in the pants, he is less likely to be committed to you or to anyone, really. Monogamy is not that type of man's strong suit. And so if you are looking for a long-term partnership or a committed, faithful, loyal husband, someone who has been out in these streets, let me tell you, you are not going to be able to change him. Marriage does not automatically make a man monogamous. If he's not practicing sexual discipline and monogamy as a single or unmarried man, he is not going to all of a sudden overnight morph into that when he's with you, even if he proposes and gets engaged to you, or even if he marries you. Please understand that a man who is often oozing with all of this sexual energy, that's because he's got a lot of it for a lot of people. Another thing with this is, if a man has had entirely too many past sexual partners, he will often compare you to what he's dealt with, which isn't fair to you. Whether you're good or bad in the bedroom, it doesn't even matter, because he's still stuck on replaying several tapes in his mind from whatever happened years ago or months ago. So there's that secret competition mentally that you are not exactly privy to. The other thing that kind of goes hand in hand with that is his temptation or even consideration of other partners. So he's thinking about, oh, well, maybe I can get this person to be a part of what we've got going on. So even if it's not completely infidelity, it's the question of, can we be open or can we have a third party? Now, if you're into that, no judgment here. I'm saying if you are wanting, however, monogamous, committed relationship with a man, and only just the two of you, this may not be the man who's marriage material for you, because he's got too much other stuff going on that you alone will have to compete with. The second way that you can tell a man is not marriage material for you is if he just doesn't seem that into you. Doesn't mean that he may not be marriage material for someone else, but as it pertains to you, if he's not showing the type of interest or pursuit that you need or desire, that means that he's probably not a good match when you're talking about a long-term committed partnership and or marriage. The way that this shows up is he seems highly non-committal, so he doesn't want to put a label on it, or he just wants to go with the flow or take his time, and that time just continues to go on and on and on, and he's never really seeming to progress the status of your relationship. He's not picking up the phone and calling as much, or those text messages every morning, they're starting to become fewer and fewer. He's not really making plans to take you out like he was. It's more so come over and chill, Netflix and chill. And in those situations, you may feel the need to start chasing him and pursuing him. So now you're trying to figure out what he's doing and what he's got going on and how you can make something happen and work and trying to fit yourself into his schedule. Cancel all of that. If he is not showing the signs of consistency early on or even later on, if he is not showing the interest as he should be when it comes to looking at a long-term partnership and marriage commitment, don't try to make it something that it's not. Don't try to make it something that he's not. He's probably not good marriage material for you. So let's move on to way number 3, you can tell. If he's stingy, slow, or even worse, unwilling to give to you, or he isn't eager to provide solutions or to provide financially, he's probably not going to be your best option when it comes to marriage material. I'm just saying, especially if your intent is to be a cared for, kept woman and or wife. This is just not the man you want. This goes hand in hand with a man who doesn't have a job, which I feel goes without saying. Or if he's not financially stable, if he has inconsistent income, because at this point, this type of man is kind of struggling to support himself, which means he's not going to be able to provide for you as a husband should. So that's a real quick one, very easy, no-brainer. Kind of goes without saying again, but I just wanted to put that out there. If he doesn't have the means to provide resources, solutions, and things of that nature, he's not good marriage material. Now, I will say this, there's a time element with this one. It's not to say that he can't be good marriage material at some point, but I think it comes with a certain age. If he's in between jobs, that's one thing. Maybe marriage isn't the thing to be discussing if he just got laid off from work. If he's, early 30s, late 20s, still trying to get himself together, that's a little understandable. However, for the most part, when I'm speaking to people who are 30, 40 and up. And if he doesn't have it together at that stage in life, he may very well not get it together at that stage in life. And so you have to think about that, what the reality is versus potential. And we don't do potential over here. You either are or you aren't. And it comes with your willingness to accept what is or what isn't. And you have to ask yourself that question. Is it something you can live with? Is this truly your best option? The fourth way you can tell a man is not ready for marriage is if he has a hard time or refuses to take accountability and responsibility. Everything is always somebody else's fault. Nothing is ever on him. He doesn't offer apologies, or he blames someone else or you for whatever is going wrong in his life or in the moment. I always say these are the type of men who are less interested in partnership. They're not really wanting that. What they want is a dictatorship. It's their way or the highway. They're less interested in your feelings and how things land and the way they impact you. That is not a concern of theirs. And they want everyone else, including you, to make things right for them. So just be mindful. If a man is not interested in taking ownership of his side, of his part of the relationship and how he shows up, you will very much likely be in a one-sided situation where the burden And the responsibility of happiness and peace is always on you. You will walk around feeling like you are always on eggshells. And that is not a recipe for a great marriage or long-term partnership. These type of men will not be the ones who are interested in going to therapy. They will not want to go, volunteer to go, initiate going. And if they do go, they will half-ass it, have a negative, sour, salty attitude the entire time, be very pessimistic. They won't really be interested in doing the work to have and maintain a balanced and healthy relationship. Now, as always, I never tell everything that a situation could consist of because I want to hear from you. Drop down in the comments and let me know if any of this hits home. Have you ever dealt with men like this? Are there any other telltale signs that people should look out for when it comes to telling if someone is marriage material or not, if they're ready or if they just aren't or never will be? Also, if anything that I have said has resonated with you and you'd like to work one-on-one with me to discover who is marriage material and how to attract more of that type of energy into your life, I have a program titled Rewire for Love, and it's designed to take you from where you are now, whether that's chronic singlehood or dissatisfying relationship experiences, into the life of love and partnership that you desire. Book a free call with me if you're interested. The link for that is in the description box beneath this video. And as always, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you're still here, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on any upcoming coaching content. Share the content if you know it can be beneficial for someone else. Drop in the comments, be a part of the conversation. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. That's all I have for this video. And until the next video, take care, be blessed, and bye for now.